What's going on, everybody? Dadgummit, I ain't sent it again. Let me get right. What's going on, everybody? You guessed it. Is that right? Yeah. You guessed it. Listen, it is your boy Trey Sense LL Cool Trey, your boy Trey Belafonte. Listen, we got a little bit of a video, a little bit of a review for you, a little bit of a discussion. This is part 2. So what we're going to talk about here are 10 fragrances from my collection that will help you stay on a particular young lady's mind. So if you got one you trying to Netflix and chill with, or you just trying to take out to taco night, or you gonna take her to grandmama Nelma and introduce her to Aunt Bessie, so Aunt Bessie can tell you she the one or not, whatever you got going on, whatever your situation is, these 10 fragrances will help you stay on her mind. But this is the budget friendly edition. Most of these, or all of these, can be had for I'm gonna say under $40. I don't think anything over on this list is over $40. I know I didn't pay over $40 for anything on this list. Honestly, I didn't pay over $35 for anything on this list. $35 US, American. But before I get into this, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like this video. I need you to sub to the channel if you hadn't already. We're closing in on 4,000 subs. And I need you to share the video. Just tell a homeboy, a homegirl about, hey, it's this cool, smooth Alabama boy, with them pretty eyes and that smile and that smooth ass voice that's gonna keep you smelling good and keep you entertained because he think he a comedian. I am somewhat. Anyway, at least funny looking. But anyway, enough of that. Enough of the shenanigans to what you came here for. Now, again, all of these fragrances are inexpensive and can be had at rack stores, eBay. Mercari is a great place to shop. I'm not affiliated with Mercari in any way, but still, some of these I got from Mercari and got at really, really good prices from the house of Mont Blanc. And this may be the newest one on this list. Well, maybe. It is Legend Red, and this thing right here is as my boy Romy Rome would say, it's a show enough showstopper and doo-wopper. This is a head turning fragrance. It just is. When I first smelled it, I was just like, okay. But when you wear this around people, it brings out this reaction. They go, oh my God, you smell really nice. What is that you wear? Guys and gals will tell you that you smell good, and it's just a basic woody scent, but it smells good. It just works. I don't know why it works. It just does. Maybe because it comes off as if you're not trying too hard, or you're not trying to be that guy, and then it's so basic that you can't really pinpoint it. Example, Sauvage. Sauvage will definitely keep you on a young lady's mind. It will. It's a great fragrance. But you're going to smell like everybody else. So, and we talked about in this last video, and I got something I'm going to tell you in the video after this one, which is going to be my weekly fragrance review. I've got to tell you, I got a story for y'all, but it's going to have to wait to the next video. But nonetheless, I think it's so basic that it just works. Because what you have is a sweet woody fragrance with a slight red twinge, a slight fruity nuance to it. But it just works. It just smells good. From the house of Mont Blanc, it is Legend Red. And that is a good one. That is a good one. That is a really good one. From the house of Alfred Dunhill. It's Dunhill Icon Racing. And this one right here is, I don't want to say it's a clone, but it is very similar to a very popular fragrance. It has an Invictus vibe to it. It's a little bit blue, a little bit bubblegummy, but really sweet. And for whatever reason, women like sweet fragrances. I have a friend of mine Actually, we used to date. We dated all through high school, long time. Dated about 10 years, actually. And I'll call her a friend now. She's married, happily married. But she hit me up on Facebook. And she was just like, hey. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, my husband wears stinky cologne. I need your help. And I was like, I got you. I got you. So, and I knew that the fragrances that I recommended, as a matter of fact, I had a Versace gift set. And, you know, I sold it to her at a pretty good price. And I said, I think you're going to like all of these, you know, because they're sweeter fragrances. And she did. But it's something about sweet fragrances that women like. Us guys, I know I like sweet fragrances, but at a lot of times I get tired of wearing sweet fragrances and I want to wear something that's just barbershop and super masculine. And for those occasions, I find something that's barbershop and super masculine. But if you want to talk about a sweet, mass appealing fragrance, look no further than Dunhill Icon Racing. It is so sweet, it's so smooth, but it's subtle. It's a very subtle fragrance. It will leave a great sillage and a great scent trail. No, it's not going to reach out way across the room. But when you come through, when you walk through and you come into their presence, you're going to smell good. They're going to like it. This one doesn't get the love that it deserves. Really nice fragrance. I blind bought this, and again, another one from Macari. And when I got it, I was super happy. I was like, that smells really good. That smells good. I like the Icon line. I think it's a solid line. I think it's a great place to start with fragrances. But if you are looking for something that is sexy, that is budget friendly, that smells modern, has a nice sweet smell to it, give Dunhill's Icon Racing a try. Now we're going to go a little bit upscale, a little bit classy, but still inexpensive. From the house of Mont, and this bottle is horrendous, but the scent inside of it is amazing. From the house of Mont, it is Legacy, and I've used a lot of this juice. And this is a Chanel Platinum Egoist clone, and Egoist is on my buy list. It's one of the fragrances that I want to buy, but I'll be honest with you, this is one of those fragrances that anytime I wear it, I get a compliment, as well as Perielis 360 Reserve. It's in the wheelhouse of Chanel Platinum Egoist as well. And it's just good. And this is good. It's about $30 to $35 you can have this. And if you shop right, you can get it around the $20 mark. I think this was a gift from JP, so I can't really say how much I paid for this. But what I can tell you is every time I wear this fragrance, I get compliments from men and women. They, oh, Trey, what are you wearing? What is that? And then I tell them, it is Legacy by Mont. And it is really good. And if you know the scent profile of Egoist, then you understand. It's a clean, classy note, a tad bit a clean, classy fragrance with a tad bit of spice to it. But nonetheless, it is really good. So from the house of Mont, it is Legacy. I'm gonna stick with Mont. Man, I got too many fragrances. Well, I can set that one right there. Staying with the house of Mont, and I've used a lot of this juice because it is absolutely beautiful. From the house of Mont, it is Futura. Now, and this is the EDP. Evidently, they have an EDP and an EDT. Oh my gosh. The only thing about this is there's something crappy about the atomizer. Maybe it leaks a little bit or something. And the bottle is horrendous. I mean, this is just horrible. But you can get this and put it in any bottle that you want and you will be fine. And this is sexy, 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 sexy. I've decanted a lot of this to people that that were not fragrance guys. As a matter of fact, I had a guy I used to work with named Baxter. He was an assistant store manager, and I told him I would bring him some cologne because he was like, all I wear is Axe. And I was just like, okay, I got you. So I made him up a couple of little decants, and this was one. he loved it. His girlfriend loved it. And he asked me, he was like, Trey, so how much is that one? And I said, man, you can get a bottle of it for about $30. He said, oh, no, I'm not paying that. For that little bottle? I said, no, not for that little bottle. A big, you can get 100 ml bottle of it for 30. He was like, oh, I can do that. So, but this is a clone. It's cardamom. But I love cardamom fragrances. It's very sexy, very smooth. You definitely get the cardamom. And your boy just had a stupid epiphany. I need to get with Kevin Holt over at Sensual Obsessions, because I wonder what it would smell like if you mixed Chanel Platinum Egoist with, what is this cloning? Is it Landweed? Something from I want to say this is a YSL clone. If you mix those two fragrances together, what would that be? Would that be a monster? As I know, I've got the Egoist or the Legacy right here, and I have this one right here in my hand, and they're both cutting up very strongly together, and they smell really, really nice. I can't remember what that's a clone of. I want to say it's something from YSL. Is it Landweed Delhomme, maybe? I don't know. I just know it smells really good, and so does that Legacy. It is cutting up beautiful, beautiful. Both of those will keep you on her mind, whether it's entangled in the sheets or just a hug and you get your cologne on her blouse or on her jacket or whatever, or you know how girls are. They like to wear your hoodies. Both of those are hoodie approved. So if you and big boy approved too. So if you spray those on and she puts on your hoodie, she ain't gonna never take that off, my guy. She ain't gonna never take that off. From the house of Trussardi, it is Reflesso. It is Reflesso. And I remember being in Texas and letting the boys smell this. And they were just like, oh my goodness. And this is another sweet, cardamom, spicy, smooth goodness of a fragrance. With that citrus running in the undertones, with that, man, oh man, oh man. I am so interested in a lot of different fragrances from Trussardi. I see them all the time and I'm just like, I'm gonna end up picking, oh man. I'm telling you guys. Listen to me now. Believe me later on. And I know I've talked about this fragrance a lot, but it's because it's so good for the $20 to $25 that you're going to pay for this Trussardi Reflesso. That is beautiful. Again, we're running into a little bit of a theme here. Sweet, cardamom, citrus, but it just works. There's not been a time that I wore this fragrance and not gotten tons and tons and tons of compliments. JP and Manny smelled it and they were just like, man. I was like, yeah, I tried to tell you about that one right there. It's nice, man. And it comes off of your skin really, really, really nice. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more from the house of Ralph Lauren. And this one falls into the same category as Mont Blanc Legend Red. It is extremely smooth. It is extremely basic, but it just works. And it is from the house of Ralph Lauren, and it is Ralph Club. And this is a parfum concentration. Now they have Ralph Club Parfum and they have Ralph Club Elixir. This is the original Ralph Club, which is a EDP concentration. And this one, let's see if I got a place to spray it. This one, again, is just so simple. So simple. So basic, but when you wear this, when you wear Ralph Club, whether it's the parfum, whether it's the EDP or the parfum, you're gonna get compliments, and that is coming up off of my skin right there. And it's just, again, guys, not the reinvention of the wheel, but so good and so solid. It took a few wearings for this to really shine for me, and then I was just like, that stuff smells good. And I would wear it, and I just kept getting compliments after compliments. Like I'd walk by a person, oh, you smell good. ooh, you smell good. Ooh, you smell good. Ooh, you smell good. And I was just like, and this is another one that I picked up from Macari. I got both of my bottles of Ralph Club from Macari, but I think you can get this now on Fragrance Net. I want to say for $35 or $36 for the 50 ml, and you can't beat that. I mean, you can't beat that with a bat. And this is sweet, soapy, slightly soapy, woody, clean, just nice white t-shirt and khakis type of vibe. Just a really nice, smooth fragrance. It smells good. Listen to me now on this one. Believe me later on. If you don't have that one in your collection, you definitely need to add it. From the house of Davidoff. And I do that every single time with this one. Oh my goodness, hold on. I need to put them apart from each other. Okay, this is the one that I was trying to grab. From the house of Davidoff, it is Coolwater's Parfum. And you see, it is very, very similar to the grapefruit and sage. Now I gotta resituate myself and get comfortable, else my back will be killing me. Okay, these almost identical juice colors. Now, since I got them both, I'll talk about them both. This one right here really, really surprised me. I can't necessarily say that it's gonna make you stay on her mind, but it is a good smelling fragrance. It has really, really good performance. This, for a grapefruit fragrance, stayed on my skin 6-7 hours. I wore it to work in the heat, and when I got home, I could still smell it on my skin and on my work shirt and my khakis and my little apron that I have to wear. I could smell it all over all of that. That is grapefruit and sage. Really good fragrance. And it was extremely cheap. I think I got that for like $25, $22 maybe. But I picked it up, man, at a TJ Maxx in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I was out one day just loafing around. So the fragrance that I initially meant to grab but got tricked by the juice color is also from the house of Davidoff, and it is Davidoff's Coolwater Parfum. If you don't have this one, ooh, my goodness. When I moved, just then that Ralph Club hit me, man. And just think, when you move, that's what you do. Just when I moved and I got that whiff just then. So when you move and you're in the presence of a young lady, you don't get that whiff, and you don't want it to, she's gonna get that whiff, and you don't want it to be too strong or too overpowering, but you do want it to smell good. I'm smelling good up in here. So from the house of Davidoff, it is Coolwater Parfum. And or if you've got intense. But to me, this one is just so smooth, so sexy, so refined. You get, I gotta find a place to, I ain't got no place to spray. I'm finna find a place. Dadgummit. There we go. That is so nice. That is so nice. That is so nice. It keeps some of that Coolwater DNA, and it's very cool and it's very refreshing, but it just comes across as so grown and mature, and that's why I like it. A little bit more blue than it is green, leans a little bit more ambroxany, so to speak, or ISOE super, whatever you want to call it. It leans a little bit blue, but it's a smooth, cool blue. It doesn't come across as too juvenile and too playful. It has something in there that definitely makes it sweet, but you still pick up on the aquaticness and the greenness in it, and I just like it. From the house of Davidoff, it is Coolwater Parfum. If you only have the intense, wear it. Women love it. Or if you just have the OG Coolwater, I know it's been out forever, but guys, it still works. It still works. From the house of Versace, it is Dylan Blue. And this one is a showstopper and doo-wopper as well. If you spray this on, she won't leave you alone. I promise you. I promise you. If you spray this on, she won't leave you alone. Great smelling fragrance. Versace Dylan Blue. Blue is in the name, and blue is a good name for it. It's definitely a sweet blue fragrance. What you have here is great performance, great longevity. This is a very well made fragrance. It does everything that you need it to do. It gives you a good scent profile. It gives you a good sillage. It gives you great longevity. And the hype on this one has died down quite a bit. So you're not going to run into as many people wearing this as you are Bleu de Chanel, which is one of my favorites, or Sauvage. Now, they're going to wear one of the three. They have had one of the three. It's either going to be Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, one of the Sauvages, one of the Bleu de Chanels, or Dylan Blue. I'm very surprised that they haven't made a Dylan Blue Elixir or a Dylan Blue Cologne, or whatever. It's a little bit heavy, but I like it. I don't think this has as much of the incense vibe that you get from Sauvage and Chanel, but you still get that same blue. And I really feel like this is Versace's attempt to get in the blue. Well, I mean, they call it Dylan Blue, so it's it is what it is. I just was reminded of a Steely Dan song when I said Dylan Blue. What is it? They call me Deacon Blue. I like that song. Yeah, I like that song. But Versace's Dylan Blue. That's a great one. This next one is from the house of Lalique, and it is simply known as the Horse's Head. The Horse's Head. The Horse's Head, the Lion's Head, they all smell good. They all smell good. I don't have any place else to spray. That is nice. That is so nice. And this punches so far above its weight class. This little, oh my gosh. This little $20 to $25 fragrance smells like $100, $150 fragrance. And we go back and forth with this on the channel. And I respect everybody's opinion, and nobody has to agree with me, and I still give you love. It doesn't matter, because we're all men, and we're not gonna agree on everything. Lalique, in my opinion, is a niche house because they do not delve into the designer world. But I understand why some people feel like it's not, because they don't make ridiculous ridiculous fragrances that smell like a chicken coop or smell like a mule walking down by the creek eating daisies. They don't make fragrances like that. So that, I guess, in a lot of people's eyes, that doesn't make them niche, because they don't make fragrances like Amouage or Eight and Bob or any of those things. I need to buy me a bottle of Eight and Bob. I do. I need to buy me a bottle of Eight and Bob. But anyway, the young lady that gave me this and the Horse's Head, well, I'm sorry, this is the Horse's Head. They gave me this one and the Lion's Head. Loved them both, and her words were, "That smells like you just got out of the shower and we fixing to have sex." But she didn't say sex. She said something. Just saying, it's gonna stay on her mind. And this, to me, out of all the fragrances here, it smells the most professional. It smells the most gentlemanly. It smells the classiest. It just smells like, I'm 48 and a half. I'm 48.5. So it just smells like what a 48.5-year-old man with this gray in his beard is supposed to smell like. Absolutely love it. Definitely signature scent worthy. Definitely office scent worthy. Business attire. If you put this on with a suit and jumped out of a Porsche, nobody will believe it was a $20-some-odd fragrance. Just saying. From the house of Lalique, it is the Horse's Head. And last but not least, this is a fragrance, and it is what it is. It's one my ex-wife smelled and loved it, and she kept telling me about it, and she finally got it for me. At the time, it wasn't really all that cheap, and it has been overshadowed by the millions of flankers that it has produced. And the fragrance is from the house of Azzaro, and it is Wanted. This will help you stay on your mind. And I'm going to tell you how much I like this fragrance. I had a fragrance that smelled very similar to this. That fragrance has been discontinued. It was an expensive fragrance when it came out, but you could get some 2-for-1s. That fragrance was Date by Jeremy Fragrance. Very similar. So I felt like I didn't need them both. So I kept this one. And I gifted the Jeremy fragrance to my boy JP. But very similar profiles. And I know the original Wanted has been overshadowed by Wanted by Night, and then Most Wanted, and then Wanted Perfume, and then Most Wanted Perfume, and then Wanted Cologne. I get it. This still works. And you can pick this one up on the low. This is 100 mil. You can get the 50 mils for about 35 bucks. And for that money, you're going to have a fragrance that smells really, really good, and you're going to smell really good, and you're going to stay on your mind. I remember wearing this to church one time, and it was a lady walking behind me, and she was like, "Ooh, somebody smells so good." Wanted. This is a great fragrance, and people have just again have kind of turned away from it because there's so many new flankers out, and I get it because I have them all except for Most Wanted Parfum, which I'm trying to get in my collection, but it seems to escape these pudgy little fingers. But nonetheless, this one will suffice until that time comes. All right, guys, that is it, man. That has been 10 fragrances from my collection that will help you stay on her mind. Big shout out to my homeboy in Memphis who picked up the extra bottle of Versace Dylan Blue, which is in my collection. I've got to package it up and get it shipped, get ready to ship out to him. I'm gonna throw him in a couple of carded samples in there too. I appreciate your purchase, brother. Again, that money will go into the pockets and it will eventually help the channel. I appreciate that. Still have Nishane's Vain and Naive for sale for $95, I think, and I still have Givenchy Gentleman Boise, and I think I said $65 for it, and all the bottles are almost full. So yeah, that's that, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, edit it, thumbnail it, get it up so you can see it, and then I'm going to, well, actually I'm probably gonna sit right here in this chair and shoot another video because it is time to do the weekly fragrance and review. But you won't see that one in this video or tomorrow. Tomorrow you're gonna see, which is Sunday, tomorrow you're gonna see this one, which is again fragrances that will help you stay on the mind. Now Monday is story time, so y'all don't want to tune in. But anyway, listen guys, I love you all, and may God bless you all, and thank you so much for being the best part of this channel. And again, my guy, thank you for your purchase. I will holler at you guys next time. Thanks for returning to the scene of the crime. Peace.